Kev. So I'd like to apologise there. We had a few technical difficulties tonight. We've got a bit of a storm here and things didn't go quite the plan, but we're going now. So I'd like to say good evening and welcome to Dog Talk. I'm Dan Camilleri. Next to me, we've got Laura McKillop. Firstly, we'd like to start tonight with thanking our new sponsor of the Dog Talk Live Q&A sessions, Enduro, high energy food for working dogs with real kangaroo meat, for jumping on board for our live Q&As.
Tonight we're lucky enough to be speaking with Kevin Bell, who will be picking what he thinks is the best question from our live viewers, and they'll win a bag of Enduro Plus. Welcome, Kevin.
How are you? It's all been nice.
I'm good, thank you. And yourself?
Pretty good, thank you.
That's good.
We got there in the end, mate.
What was that, mate?
We got there in the end tonight.
Yeah, it took a bit, but we got there.
Yeah. All right, Kev. Mate, for our viewers that don't know much about yourself, do you want to tell us a bit about yourself, who you are, a bit about your family, where you're from?
Yeah. I'm Kevin Bell and I'm from Mendoran. I've been in working dogs for a lot of years, 40 years probably. Yeah, I'm married. I've got a son. He's about 30. He's a farrier too. I'm a farrier by trade. Done it for the last 42 years. Yeah, that's about it. Trained dogs. I've got a sheep and goat property.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and you're also the president of the Australian Working Stock Dog Association.
Yeah, I've been for the last 3 years, and then the 4 years before that, I was president of Australian Working Cattle Dog Association. Yeah.
Nice.
Very good.
So how do dogs make your day-to-day life easier, and why? And what would be the alternative to dogs?
Oh, I probably haven't got one actually. I don't know how you'd go without not having a dog in your life. Yeah, it's just an every day-to-day thing you need. Yeah.
So if you didn't have a dog, it'd be what, more sitting on a bike more or on a horse, or
Probably on a horse working.
That'd be handy, mate. You'd be able to change a couple of shoes yourself there.
Yeah, that's right.
Nah, that's great, mate. And how does the work you do influence the style of dog you need? And is that far from the type of work you'd normally prefer?
Yeah, I just like a handy dog, and with a bit of stock sense and strength. Yeah, because I run probably 400 Aussie white Dorp across years and about 4,000 nanny goats. So I need a pretty handy dog with good stamina and go all day and get used to the heat.
Yeah, she be warm out there on those Western Plains?
Yeah, well, where I've got the block, it gets up to like 50 degrees sometimes.
Yeah, wow.
It's not for the faint-hearted. Yeah.
Yeah, right. So you hunt for a bit of water during the day out there as well, or it's not too bad on the dogs?
Yeah, it's not too bad. Yeah, it's pretty
good. Fantastic.
Yeah.
So we understand you like the UK ISDS style of collies, and that you spent some time in Europe meeting people and looking at dogs. What attracted you to these lines?
Oh, well, my son was over in the UK working as a farrier, and so I went over to visit him. And when I was over there, I was lucky to meet up with Mike Nord, and he introduced, he gave me a heap of contacts. I probably looked at 120 dogs as a stud dog. I think I liked 6.
Yeah.
The good were good, and and just went from there. I just liked it.
What did you like? What did those 6 dogs have? What were they? The things that they had, their qualities that you drew you to those dogs?
The good ones were good heading dogs. Are just good at everything. I showed a few to Princey. He said they should be. We'd be all breeding to them, but they weren't. Yeah.
Yeah, and you mentioned a good heading dog. So heading ability is something that's obviously pretty important to yourself.
Yeah, but the best part about them, they head, but you can drive them in anywhere. Yeah, you can hit the rib cage, and then you let them go and they run to the head. Or our style of collie, they get real mad on the head. Well, they used to. Yeah, and you couldn't get hard to get off the head. Yeah. So, but yeah, that was all. Yeah, that was probably a trip in a lifetime. I never get to do that again. And I met a lot of people, and there was not one bloke you could say a bad word about. They were just good people. Yeah,
that's awesome.
Just open arms. When you go, they'd hang on a minute. They'd write a number down. They'd be on the phone. You go here and go there. I had the best trip ever. Yeah.
I wouldn't write that off there, mate. Plenty of years left in you, mate. There could be another trip over there after COVID.
Yeah, probably will be. Yeah, I got a lot of good friends over there.
Yeah.
But they're a bit different
over there. Definitely makes that hard.
Or they don't get out of their own county. Like we drive here to Queensland, it's nothing. Like over there, that's a big trip. Yeah. So, but never mind. But yeah, like they're hill dogs and all that. They're just good work dogs. Like they burn out by the time they're 4-year-old. Like over there,
Yeah,
they work so hard in the hills. Yeah.
Why is that, Kev?
Oh, just work so hard and it's so steep. Well, they're up hills you wouldn't walk up. Yeah. Or you wouldn't get a bike nowhere near them. Yeah. But yeah, I just.
Well, how and why did you get involved in the Australian Working Stock Dog Association, mate?
Well, Ryan Johnson, a mate of mine, he's a yard man. We just got together and we developed the Geary Golden Collar.
Yep.
And then we just expanded. Like now we've got 5 codes all under the one banner, and we're just trying to, better the sport of dog working. And yeah, it just went from one leap to another. Yeah.
Tell us a bit about those 5 codes, mate.
Yeah, we got yard, we got the 3 sheep, we got the cattle, we got the ISDS, and now we've just brought in a new concept of the Australian working, like all-round Australian champion working stock dog. Yeah, you got to do the 3 codes, and they're all run to the rule of that code, no deviation or nothing. So the bloke who win it, I'll be the first bloke to shake his hand and congratulate him because I've deserved to win it. Yeah.
And what inspired that? Was there something that you thought of, or that you seen that inspired that, or you just went, that's a great idea and let's run with it?
We're probably just looking for a more usable dog, suitable and saleable dog, suited for the farmers and whatever.
Yep.
Well, plenty of times they say, oh, don't buy a trial dog. They bought a trial dog and had their fingers burnt. But we're trying to get a usable dog out there for everybody to see and sell, because we run a sale with our thing as well. Yeah. And like, we're pretty lucky. We got a pretty good committee, and I've got a couple of real good mates that help out on the day, and yeah, everything runs pretty smoothly. So we're pretty happy that way.
How many people are involved? Obviously you've got the committee there to get it going, but how many in the committee to start with?
Oh, well, I probably shouldn't tell you that many, because we're meant to have more than what we got.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's 4 or 5 of us probably. Yeah. But it's all through friends and people help on the day, which without them we couldn't do it. Yeah. And we got a pretty big schedule. Well, the first year we run the biggest cattle trial ever in Australia, 960 something runs for the weekend, like 3 days, 3.5 days, something it was.
Yeah.
It's never been seen before. Yeah.
Yeah, wow, it's big effort. How many cattle would you need for an event like that?
Oh, we use like 500 or something, I think. A fair few anyway. Yeah. But like I run.
You'd go.
Me and my mate, like Matty Bogey, Glenn McKay and Craig Ergel, we all went out. We've spent probably 50 hours breaking them in. Like, it was like, you didn't get a 97, you never made the final. And that was made, and I was an open. Like, it was just a great. Oh, well, you got people coming to have a look. You want to have a spectator. You want to be a good spectator. You don't want to go there and dogs getting run over and chased all around the paddock. Oh, don't buy one of them useless. Look at them, they can't even hit. Where ours were just, it's just good.
Yeah, that wouldn't be any fun for anyone, would it?
No, you got to have good people behind it, and we're lucky enough we have. Yeah. That's fantastic, mate. And I'm sure there's a bit of camaraderie, but a bit of competition there amongst yourselves as well. Oh yeah, you always got that bit of flicking, a bit of cheek here and there. That's nothing. Yeah.
And that'd be during a setup, mate. You're backing each other's dogs in, or are you telling each other how good your dogs are, or?
Oh no, not really. Like, we're pretty lucky.
Nah, not getting that cheeky.
Like they're pretty good if newcomers come. Like, we run a kids trial and it's free entry, and the older workers go out and walk around. It don't matter what. Every kid gets a prize. Like, nobody gets a score, or we just keep it all the same so that what kids are like. Yeah, no, we have a great weekend at Geary. Yeah.
I got to say, mate, although we haven't met in person, I did attend the Geary trial a couple of years ago there, and mate, I felt very welcome, and people were there. They were just happy. It was actually my first cattle trial. It wasn't that successful, but people made me feel welcome, and they were all there to give me tips. And I actually really enjoyed that weekend, mate. It was just really good to be part of that event.
Well, we run a sale with the trial as well, and the next one we're going to run that Australian all-round champion, but we're going to out of the sale, if you're a vendor at the sale, we're probably going to like the winner of the open yard or the open cattle, if they got a dog in the sale, they're probably going to get 500. Then we're going to do something take something out of the commission or out of the entry fee for the dog. If you the highest scoring dog at a vendor put a dog in the sale, like for the all round stock dog, we're going to do something like that too. Like we always put a lot of money back into everything we run. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's all right. No, our all round stock dogs like $3,000 to win it or something.
Yeah, right. That's not a bad payday. They paid a fuel bill for the weekend.
Yeah, no, it pays a few bills. Yeah.
That's great. And how far are your competitors coming from?
Oh, down in Melbourne, Queensland, everywhere. Yeah. Yeah, we've got one bloke flies up in a chopper.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
Where's he put his dog crate?
Dog sit up the front in the front seat.
Yeah, right. I'd hate to be that dog. He's pretty spoiled.
Yeah, he's pretty spoiled. He's probably listening tonight, so I won't say any more.
And how's planning with COVID going?
Yeah, with the COVID, like Dubbo's running rampant at the moment, but with the COVID, it's pretty hard. Like I don't think we'll get it. We're going to leave it another week and a half, 2 weeks, and then we're going to call it whether we have a trial or not. But the sale can go online on Auctions Plus.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that'll be all right. Won't be too bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
So at least something can go from that itinerary, and it's not the whole thing's not called off. So they'll just make it bigger and better for next year.
Yeah, it'll make it bigger and better. Yeah. We're pretty lucky with agents we got. Like they supply the cattle, they cart them, and they feed them all for nothing. Like when we run a trial. So that's pretty good. Yeah, and that's why we run the sale, just to help them out. But then they give us part of it back out of commission anyway. But that's good for us too.
Yeah, 100%, mate. But getting involved and helping the community. And I see there that you still got a few. The entries aren't closed for sale dogs yet, mate. What's your split there with your breeds?
Oh no, we don't care what breed they put in there.
Is there a trend at the moment that you're seeing with dogs coming in?
Oh no, we're probably Geary's probably half roughly. I normally get half collie, half kelpie. Yeah. Like at the end of the day, a good one's a good one, don't matter what he is.
Yeah, 100%. And are you seeing more starter dogs or more broken in dogs? What?
We wouldn't have 5 pups this year. Like we've got no pups at all, hardly.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, wow.
And like last
year,
they
made good money the other year.
Yeah, they did make. Like we broke 3 records there last year, Geary, on pup selling. And
wow.
We're going to be stopped with them, but lucky enough we weren't. Yeah. But like we got a panel, and we send a video in. 3 people look at it and say yay or nay, and it's not me because they're going, why didn't you put my dog in? I mean, it's just one less thing to worry about. Yeah.
And I believe one of the local community associations got involved and helped you sponsor the trial a bit this year as well for a grant.
Yeah. I'm not sure who that was. We got Ross Padrana, the vet. He does all our microchip and he sponsored us. And I'm not sure who Ryan was saying something about a new sponsor, but we haven't been talking too much lately. We're not. Yeah, I'm not sure who that is.
You don't want him to see the good dogs you got training there to get ready for it, mate.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. But that's the reason why we want to run this all-round stock dog, just for a usable dog for everyone, like people to buy, and more valuable dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fantastic, mate. We've got a few questions coming in here as well, so we might shoot to a few of them away from some of the stuff we've got here. I can't see that far.
Okay, so we have a question here from Paul Adam. What dog or bitch has had the most influence in your breeding the young dogs you have today, and why?
Well, I'll tell you who it is. It's Clover of Alan Munz's. He had a dog called Clover, and she's had little sisters and brothers, and having bred everything out of us bred on, and the granddaughters breed on. It's just been a real potent line, but it's only out of that one bitch, and everything I got go back to it. Yeah. So that's in the bitch line. And the dogs are sort of a bit all over the shop. I've been using different dogs from the UK. Yeah. So,
we've actually got a question here from Wayne McMillan. What UK kennel prefix do you prefer? Or what's your preference? Is there one that you like more so than others?
No, well, a lot of the dogs I use don't even have a prefix. Yeah, like I'll use Langhorne Cap of Ballard Owens, and I've got Stephen De Roy of his, but yeah, like Ricky Hudson, he don't have a prefix, and yeah, most of them don't have a prefix over there. They're a bit different to here. It's just a dog's name. Yeah.
So we have another question here from Kane Gardner. Who are the best young handlers and dogs around, in your opinion?
Well, Australia's pretty fortunate at the moment. They've got a lot of young handlers that are shaping up, and they're doing schools, going everywhere and trying to learn. Probably like we were when we were younger. Yeah. But most, well, it's pretty hard. Yeah, there's plenty of good hand out there, but it depends what discipline you want about too. But yeah, you just need one that can do the whole lot. Yeah, and that's pretty hard. Yeah.
Is there anyone out there that's standing out?
Oh, well, like Jake Nowlan, he's a weapon himself. Yeah, he can do anything.
And he's a proper good bloke as well.
Yeah, and he's open-minded.
Yep.
Yeah, he stands out. Like you got Benny Costa there, all the hard fellas.
I think they said young blokes, so I don't know that Benny qualifies for that, Benny.
Oh, a young fella.
I'm sure Benny will be loving that too. I've given you always. I'll take an opportunity to give Benny a bit of stick whenever I can. Bit of my cheeky nature.
And that big sponsor we were talking about, this is the Rotary Club sponsored our yards for the yard trial.
Yeah, it actually was. Ryan just shot through a message, mate, and it was. And I think that's pretty big of them. They covered your sheep yards.
Yeah, they covered our sheep yards, which was pretty good of them. Yeah, and like it is today, it's hard to get a sponsor anywhere. And we don't even badger the streets of Dubbo because everybody does it every day looking for something. There's that much stuff runs in Dubbo. Yeah, so our sport mainly, funds itself mainly. So that's all right.
Laura, I might get you to read those questions because I can't see that screen over there.
So we have a question from Chris Egan. In your opinion, what's the best blood that has come from the UK to be the all-round stock dog you have been talking about?
Oh, Penguin Cap, you can't go past. He's got stock sense, they've got feel. They start off a bit lighter, but at the end result, you get a hell of a dog. Yeah, they're great. Kevin Davies has got another dog I've been using. He calls him Ken. They're just powerhouses with a heap of stock sense. Yeah, there's plenty of good blood over there. But people think they get a UK dog, they don't care what it is. Like when I was there, plenty of bad. But the good blokes had the good. It's like here, you never seen Princey walking around with a bad dog. You know what I mean? And other people have got not as good bred dogs and going to be competitive with. It's just not going to happen. Yeah, the good over there have got good. And most people over there live in a high-rise building. Their dog lives with them. Don't see sheep from trial to trial, so they want a lighter dog, softer in the mind. Don't have to see sheep do work. Like the tougher dog, they can't handle. So that tougher dog sort of died out. It's a little bit the same over here too. Yeah, it's died out of the picture.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I like them tougher ones because when they get to 4-year-old, you still got a dog. The other ones, they're finished by 4. You got to get another one break in. Yeah, in my opinion, anyway.
And that's purely because of the kilometres, like you mentioned before, that they're doing. They're getting under their belt.
Yeah, look, it's like the cattle trial. We got 5 minutes. We wouldn't do 500 metres. Over there, they probably do 9K in 50, like 9 mile in 15 minutes or something. Like just big distance, good stamina and good air in their dogs. Like our dogs would die if we had to do. And we're talking up the side of hills that you're flat out walking over. Yeah, like it's a big difference, all that. But I'm not saying our dogs are doing. There's a lot of the big art. You can work them to death, but yeah, when they've got to get up the side of a hill and do a bit of thinking themselves, a bit different. Yeah.
Did you find they have a bit more control on their dog out there, or they like that natural dog to let it, give it its head and let it work on its own?
Oh well, they give a lot of commands, but they just keep coming. They just ease them that fraction. Like you think he's telling him stop or whatever his word commands are, and you think he ain't doing it. But he's just sort of checking that bit. They've got a lot of dog left in their dogs. Like they take hold of the stock and take them somewhere. You see a real strong dog over there. The sheep are petrified. Don't have he's 50 metres behind. They just go straight as a dive. We get a weak one. They're zigzagging like windscreen wipers trying to move them. And they won't cut it over there. They just can't handle it. Yeah. It's just too hard to go on. Yeah.
Actually, that's something interesting as well. How's the stock different?
Yeah, well, I've watched the thing over there, like in a show, we had a show. And a lot of those good dogs come in. It's like our free sheep trot, and I mean wild sheep jump out of the pen, and they could just bound and put them in the pen and through the obstacles like nothing. Like just good, they're good dogs, but the dogs with not as much good in them they couldn't handle them. Yeah, it's just how they breed them. Yeah, don't worry. There's been plenty of bad ones come from there too. Don't worry. It's the same as here. Yeah, I'm not prejudiced. I've got kelpies. I've got collies. I don't care.
I heard that you got a couple of good kelpies there, mate. Changing some colours around there, or what's the go there?
Yeah, well, the work I do, I just got to have another dog in the pack. Actually, I got a dog it's by Joe Spicer's Basil, and it's not broken. It's got feel. And it's strong, and it's got cover, and it wants a bit of a little harass one. All it, no laid in, ain't got nothing on it. 8 or 9 months old, and it can work. Just a good little. Yeah.
There's a good little plug for Joe there. I'm sure he's listening tonight.
I don't even know Joe, but I don't know. I don't even know his dog actually, Basil. So I don't know. I'm only taking their word. Yeah,
mate. I'm pretty confident there's a few good pups out there by him. So talking about pedigrees in dogs, and I'm a bit naive when it comes to a lot of the collie stuff, but in the background of the breeding there, mate, I know a few kelpies, and there's some good breeding behind that dog too.
I've been frustrated sometimes. If a poodle would do the job, I'd work him. I wouldn't care.
How would you go pulling the burrs out of a poodle, mate?
I just run the clippers over him. He'll be all right. Yeah, but you know what I mean. But that's all right. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. What else we got there?
We have a question from. We have a question come through from Denny Kerr, and he's just wondering if we were to have a trial in the Sydney Basin, do you think that would take off, and would you be someone that would help get on board with that?
Yeah, I'd get on board real easy, because we need to promote our sport in Australia. Yeah, like Australia's the only country in the world into the world trial. I don't know, because it's hard and they don't want to do it or whatever, but at the end of the day, it's only another command. Like our dog, we got dogs here that can do it. Let's just the people around them just talk themselves out of it. Yeah, and we need.
So, you're talking. That's in regards to shedding, is it?
Anything, like just different things. Like we got our codes, we got our free sheep and yard, but a lot of people don't want to change past what they do. Yeah, and anything that's like anything is good for the dog industry, whether it's whatever. So if he wants to run something in Sydney, I can even bring some helpers. That's easy. That's no worries at all. I'll be the first one to hold my hand up to help him. Yeah.
There you go, Danny. We recorded that, so you can hold Kev to that a bit later.
Yeah, no, that'll be right.
Fantastic. What else we got there, Laura?
We have a question here from Mick Payne. How do you get your dogs to go right back?
Oh, it's just breeding. It's good breeding, Mick. That's all it is, mate. You want to try one of them collies from the UK one day, mate. That's all I can tell you. I know this fella. Yeah.
Here's another one here. Hi, Kevin. I'm thinking of putting some poodle in my line for some more stamina. Do you think this will work in my favour? That's from Rick Payne as well.
Well,
I know there must be some banter there, mate, because I can hear laughs in the background.
Yeah, I say it probably will work in his favour, because at the moment a poodle cross sells for a lot of money, more than you sell a collie for. So yeah, that's not a bad idea, Richard.
Yeah, mate, I've seen a few of these COVID pups around at the moment, mate, and these poodles, I'm seeing the price tag on them, and tell you, I can't afford them.
People can't go anywhere, so they're buying a pup to love and pet and carry on. Yeah.
Wonder how much those dogs are making them every day when they're chasing stock.
Yeah, I know. You mustn't be screening these questions.
No, we must be doing it pretty rough. No, we got a few others here. Mate, what's your fondest trialling memory?
Oh, I got a few things here and there, a little bit, I suppose, but yeah, I went to Beef Week one year, first and second in that big trial up there, worth a lot of money. Yeah, first and third, not first and second. Yeah, that was probably 4 years ago, not the last one that just went, the one before. Yeah, it was pretty good. Yeah.
Is that your favourite trial, mate? What's your favourite trial of all disciplines?
Yeah, I'd have to say Widgie in Queensland would be one of the best trials, the best like committee. It just runs good, great. But you can't step in the yard and help them move their cattle because they're just particular. It'll probably be one of the best trials. Yep. Yeah, and Geary probably runs second to it, I reckon. Not being praised.
No bias there at all?
No bias. No, I'll give someone else. No, well, that Gidgee trial, there's a bloke up there called Mick Sweeney. And Kathy Curl, they do a great job, but you can't even help them hunt them back from one end to the other. No, get away. Nobody's allowed near there. Their cattle are great. Everything's great. It'll be the best trial I've ever been to, I reckon. So if you're ever up that way, call in and go to it.
Yeah, I'll have to write that one down, mate.
In the calendar.
Put that one on the calendar.
On the calendar. Yeah. Yeah, that would be my favourite trial.
We've just had a question come through from Daniel Pumper. What are your thoughts on dog trials at the Olympic Games?
Yeah, well, that'd be all right, but then there's so many different codes in the world, and not being biased at the moment, Australia's probably behind the rest of the world because we're a bit pig-headed in the mind in training ways. Like you put some of those courses people are doing in America and the UK, you think, oh my God. And they're doing it with cattle, they're doing it with sheep, they're doing it with goats, they do it with everything. But yeah, no, it'll be a great aspect, but where are you going to start? Like it's going to be, I don't know.
I was actually watching an American cattle trial the other day, and this gentleman had a collie there. I noticed a lot of collies, and hats off to him. Like the control and partnership between the dog and handler, and that particular course, that was just amazing to watch. So I think I watched it 5 or 6 times back within an hour. I get a bit obsessive sometimes over dog videos, but like the course was unbelievable, and just seeing them work and putting them in and out of floats as well. I just thought it was it was amazing.
They probably cast them a K or a bit further. Like over here, they cast 50 metres, think it's a big cast. Like they're in a rodeo arena and they don't want to go to a campground arena because it's too big. Like, come on, boys. Pull your head in and get with the times. We're behind. That's why we're behind. No, you know where I'm coming from.
No, we're hearing you, mate.
Yeah.
I actually had a quick question.
Yeah.
Sorry?
I said I'm not picking on anyone or any of those, but like the rest of the world, like they're casting 2 and 3 grade. There's a trial you want the listeners to look up in it's called Hawk Hill or something. And the bloke with the name of Dick Roper won it. They cast out. It took him 9 minutes to cast to where he had to get. He had to bring them back like down big gorges. He brought them back below him, about 100 metres below this cliff, and then he sent him out another 9 minutes again, get another lot of sheep. Unbelievable. We haven't got a dog in the country that'd probably do that. That's
wow.
Well, it's Hawk Hill, I think it is. Dick Roper with Spot, I think his name is. Like that is just magic. I don't care what discipline you're in dog trialing, you will love that. And there was something like 40 dogs done it. This was the only dog to do it over there. Yeah. Yeah, that's, you know, I'm not, yeah.
No, that's crazy, mate. I was actually thinking this question before, but I won't take the credit for it because it has been asked here by Lauren Vest. But do you prefer to keep straight UK lines yourself, or have you had success crossing with Aussie BC lines?
Yeah, I've had some good crossbred, like UK Australian cross dogs. I've had some great dogs. I had a dog called Jag, another one called Star. They were great dogs. And but yeah, no, but they weren't better than no better than the UK ones. The UK ones were probably the pure, like they've been bred there for hundreds of years. You know what I mean? It's like people are going to put a bull terrier in it. You're not going to prove it. You're going to take it backwards. Yeah, that's my opinion.
Yeah, no, mate, and everyone's entitled to one, and you know that's what Dog Talk's all about.
Well, I've seen
we've got another question here from a bloke I don't think you know, called Ryan Johnson. He said, "Do handlers in the UK run as many dogs as an Australian handler does, or do they have more quality than quantity?"
Yeah, they probably have more quality than quantity. Yeah, like you see, most of them don't have any more than 4 dogs. They only got a few. Yeah, but they spend a lot of time with one dog. Like they're going to them big trials, they work. They're super fit. They work to death. Just they might work them 4 or 5 times a day, and we're talking big courses, big hills, big area. Like no, I think it's just got more quality than quantity. Where over here, like you go to a free sheep trial, enough to see a bloke with 10 dogs.
Yeah.
Oh, they couldn't put the time into 10 dogs over there. Like they go to those big internationals that they got 1 dog, not 5 or 6. Yeah.
How many people? How many handlers would turn up to a trial like that?
Oh, I went to one over there, and they probably had 90 dogs there, probably. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
But those real big ones, they go for a week or a fortnight.
I say 90 dogs at 9-minute casts.
Yeah, it takes a long time.
Bloody oath.
But yeah,
what kind of sheep were they using for the trials when you were over there?
Yeah, they're using Cheviots and blackface. Yeah, they like the Cheviots. Yeah, and their sheep vary. Like they get put a lot of weight on a dog. Like you go to one trial today and they'll be flighty, and the weaker dogs will shine. And you go to the one the next day and they're tough sheep, and them just raw strength dogs, they just shine like nothing. Yeah, but if you got a weaker dog, you just don't go to those trials. They all know where the good sheep are and where the bad ones are. Yeah, same as here. We're the same. We know what ground is good and what is bad. It's the same sort of thing.
I can only imagine those heavier sheep trying to move on the side of a steeper trial, on the side of a hill. Like you said, there'll be a lot of weight on that dog and bring the dog out in the dog, isn't it?
Yeah, you're going to bring all the best out in the dog, and you're going to show all his weaknesses. Yeah. So, but yeah, like there's trials over there, like that deer play. It's as steep as anything, and you're going through rushes 3 foot high all the way around it, just about. Well, it's pretty hard on a dog. Yeah. And they might cast 1.5 K, 2K probably.
Yep.
Yeah. So, yeah, but yeah, that's just over there. We're over here, and we do what we do, and they do what they do. Yeah.
We've got another question here. How do you create your pack at home and interactions?
Day-to-days, stuff with dogs when not on stock.
Yeah, so basically, how do you create your pack at home, and what are you doing with your dogs when you're not working stock? Like you mentioned, you're a farrier. Are you taking them to work?
No, I don't take them to work. Upset the horses if they jump about or whatever. Some of them ladies' horses. Yep. Yeah, no, I used to be real upset. They couldn't put a foot out of line, or I was like the alpha male and they walk single file behind me. But yeah, no, I don't do that now. I let them out to be a dog, run and play, do what they want, and then put them away. Oh, they get out once or twice a day, every day. Yeah, when they're not working, then they might get work too. Sometimes I'll run them a fair few Ks too, like 8, 10 Ks. Yeah, just mix it up a bit. Yeah, no special thing. Yeah,
just knock the edge off them a bit.
Yeah, as long as they come and I call them up in the cage, I don't care too much now. I used to be real particular. Yeah, like most young fellas.
What made you change that way?
What was that, mate?
What made you sort of change from being real particular to letting them just be dogs and you let them out?
Oh, I just got to hope.
Do you notice a difference in your stock work, or just suits you better?
It's a lot like, when you're at them all the time, like you do all that alpha male stuff and whatever, like you walk behind one in front of them, they get richy about it and whatever. When the other way, they don't care. They'll walk between your legs or anything. When they're a lot better in the mind, they're not worried about you so much.
Yeah,
and it's better for the dog. And you want to get all the best deal about it. You don't want to do I have to or do I don't, Well, you see dogs as they go left or go right, and it's like they blink their eye and think, I don't have to do that, do I? I mind giving me 110% if they can. Yeah, that's just my ways anyway. Yeah.
We've got another question here from Chris Egan. If you could only compete in one more trial and you had to choose from one dog that you have owned, which dog would it be?
Oh, I got a dog, like he's got a bit of mongrel in, but I really rate him a lot. He breeds all right pups, and yeah, I'd like to go in the world trial one day. That'd be all right. I'd help, but I'll be too old. He'd be too old, probably.
Never too old, mate.
Yeah, that'd be it, I reckon. Yeah.
If I didn't have Laura sitting next to me, I'll tell you, they said you're only as old as the bird you're feeling, so gotta be careful. Like,
You are rubbing shoulders, you can see.
I said it anyways, I suppose. So no filter, right?
Yeah, that's right.
You're blushing on me there, Kev.
Yeah, I probably am a bit. Yeah. That's all right.
That's right.
Yeah.
That banter we
Yeah,
talked about before. Laura's like my little sister, so we're at each other all the time, mate.
So we have another question coming through from Danny Kerr. His question was, what are your thoughts on the New Zealand dogs?
Yeah, no, they're good dogs. A lot of good dogs over there. There's some very good handlers in New Zealand. Yeah, I haven't got any myself because some of them lack that in the part. That's the part I don't like of the ones I've seen. But there's one down the Hunter down here. Bloke by the name of Nick Slice. It heads as good as you want. It would be the best the New Zealand dog to come here that I've seen.
Yeah.
I don't know him, no. But it's a very good heading dog. Yeah, they used to lack heading before. They were real shoulder and sort of. That's it I didn't like, but they're great looking, big up in dogs. Yeah, like you can't look at them, you can't fold them. They look great. Yeah, but I'll watch this. Watched a few videos of Princey before he died, and he showed me. He said, "Have a look what this is." And I said, "That?" And he goes, "Yeah, they're getting better at heading, aren't they?" I go, "Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are getting better."
We got a bit of a. Oh, sorry, mate.
It'd be a. Oh, I forgot what I was going to say now. Yeah, they'd be great work dogs. Yeah.
We got a pretty a very involved question here from Belinda Halliwell. But I'll get to the actual question. She's asked, how do you transition with a strong bred dog from the round pen to a small paddock to a big open paddock without things going terribly wrong? So in the progression period, I suppose what she's asking, how do you go about introducing your dog from a puppy pen to a small paddock into a larger paddock?
Yeah, well, I try and get him into real quick. He's got to do a lot more work and cover more country. Because if he's in a smaller yard, you sort of at him all the time. Whereas outside, you can get out there in front of you and not worrying about you. And like he signs onto his stock more because you're not interacting so much. And I do I make them drive a lot. And that just helps. It pulls all that rubbish out, like you're blocking them. As soon as you drop your guard, they run in and grab one and down it, like that. But yeah, if you let them, you do a lot of that and pull them out and get them square. Yeah, as soon as I can get them out in the big paddock, the better. The better it is for the dog and handler. Less stressful, everything. That's me.
I personally find myself as well. Once I've got my pup started, I don't actually really use my my small pen a lot because I find if I can get my pup getting around its stock more so just in an open house paddock, that the stock seem to stay a bit more calmer rather than trying to ping into corners in a round yard or a small yard as well. Like, how do you handle something like that?
Yeah, no, they do. You do that. And I like fresh sheep all the time. Like, you see people's stale sheep, they run around your legs and look, it does nothing in the right place. You sign the dog on so he works a lot better with fresh sheep. I breed Damaras to work. Like their flight and fight. Like you get them in the corner, they want to smack your dog, but you can drive them. They're just good and fast. Yeah, that's what I like with a young tough dog because they've got to work hard and then they bring all the stock sense out in the dog. They bring all his natural ability out and you're leaving him alone and you can go out and drive 5Ks in not very long time and your dog's done a bit of work. Yeah, when they're doing little bits and pieces like here and there, they're playing around with one, they just get you build up. All you're doing is playing games and they're going to blow one day, I'll tell you now. No way, they can still blow the other way too, don't worry. Yeah, don't get as much, that's all. Yeah, there's work. There's no substitute for work. That's my opinion anyway.
Mate, we've got a heap of questions coming through here. They're flowing through, so we'll do our best to get through as many as we can.
We've got a question from Ethan Fremantle. Any recommendations how to encourage a quieter dog to work off a ute if it doesn't want to get away or cast?
So quieter, I suppose he's not there. Quite depends on his temperament. All that comes back to breed. You got to breed a dog with a good temper to get away from all those things. Like a shy, timid dog, you got to tread very carefully. You know, like you got to be pissing in his pocket all the time.
Yep.
So, but yeah, you just got to build his confidence up. Yeah.
Would you find yourself probably getting out of the ute and getting on the ground with him?
Yeah, but I'd probably take him right away from all that. And like you can't train him if he's not signed on. I'd prefer even get him out there. Yeah, like working singles and stuff like that, really firing him up. And like if he does bite one, you just don't. The more singles you work, the harder he's going to have to work. Then he's going to stop doing all that rubbish, and then you've got to sign him on to him out there, and then you want to work, you know. Yeah, that's how that predicament. Yeah, he has to want to work before you can train on him. That is the biggest hiccup. And most of that comes back to temperament. Yeah. So,
Yeah, right. So try not to put too much pressure on him before he's switched on properly is, I suppose, what you're indicating there.
You've got to bring instinct out and switch him on. You can train on him. He's probably been overtrained early. What's caused that problem? Like, I'm not saying he is, but he might have been. Yeah.
If anyone's guilty of that, mate, I'll put my hand up.
We've all done
like getting a new toy, mate. You just can't help yourself sometimes, you know.
Yeah, all young fellas, we all been the same. We put 120% in. We've ruined a few, but we come out the other end all right, so that's all right. Yeah.
Yep. We've got a couple more here.
Lauren Vest has asked, what are the barriers you see getting into the ISDS trials established here?
Oh, just people don't like it from the inside flanking, like crossing in front of you. Yeah, that's probably the biggest hurdle. And the distance. People can't get over the distance where you got to cast them 400 and 500 metres. Like our dogs are capable of doing it over here. Yeah, but it's just the people's mind. We've got to change their mind.
Good.
Yeah. But it is
another one here from Daniel Lenzo. What are your thoughts on a tri-series competition, Australia, New Zealand, UK?
Yeah, well, actually, we tried to do that with that High Pro Premium was, we tried to do something this before the COVID, then the COVID broke out a heap, like so many people, and between you do their code, you do New Zealand's code, and then you do our code, but it didn't come off. We've already we talked about that 3 or 4 years ago. Yeah.
And where would something like that take place?
Yeah, you'd have to have, for the UK bit and the New Zealand, because they're big spaces more. You could do it in a small arena too. But yeah, no, it'd be great. Spectator thing and great for the country too. But you need a very, very good sponsor to cover it, to get people here and there. There's a lot of money. Yeah, but no, that'd be great. It'll be good for all countries, because they'll all open their eyes what the other country are doing. Yeah.
How would you go picking who selected Australia in that, mate?
But like Australia would be going in for the 3 sheep, and then the UK is their ISDS, and then there's plenty of good handlers out here. They just got to get around them other parts of trial, and that's all. And they're all capable of doing it. Their dogs are capable of doing it. Yeah, they just haven't had the chance. That's all.
Got another one here from Adam. Keep going, mate.
Yeah, like Australia goes to New Zealand anyway for the test team every couple of years. So there wouldn't be no difference. It'll be only the UK added in. That'd be the only difference. Yeah. And don't worry, that wouldn't hurt. That'd be good. It'd do all the dog people good. See how the other side lives and how hard it is and whatever. Yeah.
The way the Australian cricket team's going at the moment, mate, it'd be good to see a win for the Aussies over there anyways.
Yeah, I know. We're not going very good, but never mind. Yeah.
No, they're not. Mate, I've got another one here from Adam James. How many dogs would you take to work each day?
I probably had 6 today. I only take mainly 2. If I got there for 3 or 4 hours, I might take a couple more. Yeah.
Do you take young dogs to work often, mate, just to leave them in the crate and, teach them what it's all about, a bit of patience?
Yeah, just take them with me and let them out when everything's going good.
You're one of these blokes like myself that always have a dog on the back of the ute?
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah, I find myself doing that with my young ones, mate. I just think it teaches them a bit of manners.
Yeah, they've got to be socialised and carted around and nothing worry them too much. Well, you can train a dog to death and have him ready to win a trial. And the first day you go away, he's going to let you down. He hasn't been anywhere. Like,
Yep.
if you run around doing schools, it's like you might do 20 schools. And the dog's like had 20 outs. He goes his first trial, they win. I said, geez, he's a good dog, but he's already been to all these things and had all the pressure parts going off him. Like people running around doing everything, he doesn't notice nothing. That's why you've got to cart them around. They've got to be carted everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm just looking for a work dog at the moment. I'm not, I've been there, done that and whatever. Just enjoy having a dog around me.
That's why you got those Kelpies coming through there, mate.
Yeah, there's still light at the end of the tunnel there for them, I think.
I'm not racist, mate. I like any dog. I'll even trial a poodle.
Yeah, that's a good. I like the way you're thinking. Yeah. So,
Got another one here from Nick Hovey. If there was one dog in the world you could own that you haven't, who would it be and why?
ooh. Well, it depends if you're going to breed or you want to show. Like Langland Cap, anyone would want to own him. He's just won everything. He's
Sorry, who's that, mate? Sorry, I'm not familiar with that dog.
Langland Cap, Alan Owen owns him. Like he's won everything, and yeah, like he's just getting old now. But he bred a lot of good dogs all over the world. Yeah, he's just a good line of dog. Yeah, he'd be probably up there with the best of them. Yeah, but it depends if you want a breeding dog or working dog or what you. But he was both. He bred and he worked. And not many do. Oh, the good worker and don't breed as good, or they breed good and don't work as good. Yeah, he'd probably be my favourite, I'd reckon. Yeah.
Have you had any dogs by him?
Yeah, I've got a few by him. Yeah, I've still got another. Oh no, I've got about 6 straws in the tank by him too, so I'm going right.
Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah, so I like him a bit anyway. Yeah.
What are you got any plans for those straws, mate? Is there a particular bitch there that or
Yeah,
what? Here you go. Here's a question for you. I won't worry about the bag of dog food there if I get the best question. But what's the best bitch you've seen around, or what are you looking for in a bitch that's worthy of getting one of those straws?
Oh, I like to breed to the stronger bitches. Yeah, and just with good stock sense. If something goes wrong, they'll break out and go and get something in the bush. Or I don't like them dumb dogs. Yeah, go left, go right, stop here too. I want them doing it before I can think it, because they've been bred for hundreds of years to do that. You know what I mean? Yeah, like we can't think as quick as they've been bred. It's instinct to them. It's like a cutting horse, the same thing. It's happened before you even know what's going on. Yeah.
You're just holding on for the ride.
Yeah, that's what I want, that really exceptional one. So I don't like a dog tormenting stock all the time, like harassing them, trying to bite them, and like just bite it, get it overdone with, and leave it alone. You know what I mean? Yeah, especially on cattle. Well, there's plenty of dogs a day around the cattle. They say, oh, he's strong. All he's doing is grabbing it in the ear because he's weak. He's too scared to go to the head of it. And they can't get that around their head. Yeah, I want something to stand there and get punished and stay there and don't bite it till you tell it. Yeah, you get a lot more done.
So I'm just highlighting a couple of questions here.
Yeah, they'll come in now, I'll tell you. Yeah.
Got one of your fans here, Belinda, who's got a couple of your dogs, and she's interested to see what you think on her not rushing these well-bred collies that she has there. You mentioned a few of the Munns dogs there earlier, and whatnot. And what do you think on not rushing them? And do you think that the lines that she's got in the Munns and they're generally suited to paddock or yard type?
Oh, they'll do everything, but the UK dogs, people they're real soft in the mind and hard in the body when you start them. So you've got to leave their mind alone. And by the time they get to 2-year-old, they're nearly out of control. Like they're that tough in the mind. Yeah, they're a lot slower developed than out. Like we can have a dog 8 months old, fully broke in. But you're not going to get that with them without doing some damage somewhere along the line. You just got to let them go and let them mature. And you'll see them like you'll have a strong dog. You put a bit on him and he starts acting weak because you've done the wrong thing. Yeah. The longer you can leave those UK dogs, the better. Like, I don't even start mine to 14 months probably. Like, they'll do a bit of work, but I don't even put nothing on them at all. And I've had a lot better success by doing that. No way I can break one in by 6 months, but he's left, right, stop, go here, and the sheep run away. He looks, says, do I go and get them, boss? I don't want him doing. I want him. They break. He's got them before I even think, shit, they got away. Yeah.
Yep.
That's what it. Yeah. So she's on the right track if she's waiting anyway. She's doing a good job if she's doing that. Mm.
What's your favourite up and coming dog, and why is that?
Oh, I've got a young dog boy, that Kevin Davies. He'd probably be the strongest dog I've ever bred. Like, he can hold 300 ewes together. One wants to walk at him, he'll bite it, then he leaves alone and just keeps working. He don't keep fighting, but strong. He works billy goats, he works anything. He's just a good, strong dog. And he's calm going. He's not one of them Russian dogs, just calm. He's always in the right spot. That'd be my favourite young dog at the moment. Yeah.
Yep. Mate, I suppose there's a bit of change and tune here. Mate, where do you believe is Dog Talk's spot in our community, and where can we help our members?
Well, if you keep doing what you're doing, mate, you're doing a hell of a job, because we need it. We need it. Like, you're talking to everybody in different disciplines. We all need that. Well, the day we think we all know everything, we might as well give up, because we don't. You can learn it off anybody, something. You learn one little thing that's going to help you, and you're on the right track because you're doing all that. Yeah.
Thank you. But that wasn't pre-recorded either, mate. That was just a question for our viewers out there. So.
There should be more of it. Yeah.
So in saying that, obviously you like us doing a few different disciplines and stuff on here. If there was one person you'd like to see us sit down with and have a Q&A with, who would it be and why?
Oh. Well, there's probably... Well, when I used to free sheep trial, there's a bloke called Laurie Slater. Princey always said if he ever broke his dogs in, man, he had dogs, there's that much work in, and he's getting old. He's probably a man you should go and see.
Yeah, I know Laurie.
He's a great.
I like watching his dogs.
Yeah, and like, he's got dogs with feel. They're mad, like on the head. Yeah. Well, I went back to Molong. I don't know. I had my hamstring sewn. So probably 5 years ago, I went back. I watched Laurie in a final with a dog. I said, "Holy Christ, you'd had some good work in it." Yeah,
he doesn't say a lot either, does he?
Oh, he'll say a lot of commands for the same thing, but yeah, you know what I mean. Like, but he has got good dogs.
Yeah.
And he would, like, he's an old bushman. Like, he used to work up around Chambord on farms, whatever. He'd be a great man to talk to. Emil Perry, like, there's plenty of them out there, but yeah, Laurie's getting on a bit. He'd probably be a good man to talk to before he gets too old.
Yeah.
And have you got another one there for us, mate?
Yeah, like, there's plenty of good handlers. Depends what discipline you want to get into. Yeah.
What about a cattle bloke?
Oh, well, it depends what you want to go to. Like, yeah. There's plenty of good yard fellas too. Like Adam James has gone fire. They're all getting on fire. What you got? And the cattle, you're probably, there's no outstanding young fellas at the moment, but there's a couple coming in Queensland. I haven't been to a trial for 18 months, probably, cattle trial. Yeah. Well, there's plenty of blokes. There's Paul Rowe and Glenn McKay. Like, they're always there, up there with them all the time. And there's a quite achieving bloke up there called Steve Skews. He's very knowledgeable man. He's free sheep trial. He just pokes around. He's got lighter dogs, but he's always in every final. Just a great bloke. Yeah, he'd be handy to talk to too.
No, that was Steve Hughes, you said?
Steve Skews.
Skews, yeah.
He comes from Roma. Yeah, no, he's a true gentleman. Yeah, but it's like we're talking about dogs and different breeds. Like, he's probably got dogs most people don't want to work, but he's that competitive with them. It's unbelievable. They suit him. It's what suits you on the day. Like, you listen to most people, they'll be shooting your dog and divorcing your missus. You just got to be happy with what you got and get over with like, every dog's got a weakness. Just got to get around it. Yeah, you build on the strong parts and don't worry about the weak parts.
Learn to live with his faults.
Yep, we're going to have to. Yeah. But that's all right. Yeah, there's plenty of good handlers about. Yeah.
Well, here we go. We've got a pretty difficult one for you now, mate.
Oh, Jesus.
Who are you going to pick for the best question of our viewers here to win our bag of Enduro Working Dog Plus for tonight? Which question was the best?
There was a girl asking a question about working dogs too early. Belinda, I think her name might be. Was that her? Yeah, I'd probably give it her because it was more straight down the line question.
Yeah, no worries. There you go, Belinda. You've won yourself a bag of Enduro Plus Working Dog food. So
well done.
Well done. We'll get in contact with you and get that out to you in the upcoming week or so. Here we go. Here's one for Laura.
So sorry to put you on the spot, but if you had the choice of fighting between 20 ducks the size of horses or one horse the size of a duck, what one would you prefer to fight?
Oh, I don't care, mate. I'll take either on. Won't matter.
Oh, that's gold.
Yeah, no, that'll be all right. Yeah, how we going for time?
Don't want to answer that one, mate. That's all right. No, we're going good for time. We're actually on an hour there, so
a challenge anyway.
You like the challenge?
Yeah, I'd take the ducks on for the challenge, something different.
Take the ducks on, you reckon? Why not?
Yeah. Well, I fight with plenty of little ponies the size of ducks, so yeah, I can already do that.
Trying to get shoes on them might be hard sometimes.
Yeah, but never mind.
You want to do that? Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, so once again, we'd like to thank our sponsor tonight, Enduro Working Dog Plus, for sponsoring this live Q&A. We'd like to thank Kevin. Thanks for your time tonight, mate. We really appreciate that.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Few technical difficulties there early on, mate, but we battled through and we got through. Actually, the storms calmed down here as well recent. So, mate, thank you very much for that. We appreciate it.
Yeah, well, thanks for the opportunity. I'd like to thank your sponsor, Enduro, and I hope you keep going because you're doing a hell of a job. And if I offended anyone, I didn't mean to. I'm just saying how I see it. And I hope they all keep listening.
No, there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah. And to everyone out there, I think, sorry?
I'll see them all at Geary.
Yeah, that's the go. And I think you touched on this a bit before, Kev, but once again, we'd like to remember everyone, please remember the day we stop to learn, the day we stop learning will be a sad day for each of us. And we hope you all enjoyed tonight's broadcast. And Belinda, if you could message our page, we'll make sure we get that bag of feed to you.
Perfect.
All right, thanks for having me, and thanks for the listeners for the questions. And enjoy yourselves and have a good night.
Have a good night, guys. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.